Hey guys, it's JJ. Welcome back to the Eagles franchise as we are closing in on the postseason. We have a few more games to go. I think it's going to be 2 episodes and 5 games if I remember correctly. But we have an interesting matchup against the Giants today and then later the Raiders. So this is the episode where we have the bye week. I always split the 18-week season into 6 episodes, and the bye week is the one episode where I only have 2 games in there. And yeah, we are trying to clinch, and let's see how that goes. We have lots of upgrading to do here with the training, and we are getting a pretty weak boost here for Easton Young, but he has developed nicely. That those power ratings need to go up though, because those are kind of a weakness right now. And for this game, we finally have Mike Middleton back from injury, and this is an upgrade to our run defense, hopefully. And then also Alonzo McFadden is going to come back in this game or in this episode from injury. I think for him it was a minor injury. But yeah, the Giants still going with Joe Frazier, who has elite throw power, good accuracies down the field, but not so much on the short stuff. And then they also still have Saquon Barkley, who is an elite running back, the best in the league, in fact, and he's a monster, and we need to contain him. And then they signed Marquise Brown. They have a nice receiving core here in New York, and yeah, his elite speed is also going to stress our defense, but I hope we're going to be ready for it with our corner trio. Then they also got DJ Chark, and he is also a downfield threat, so lots of speed for the Giants. And then Thomas Simpson, a 6'3" receiver who also has great speed. So 3 downfield threats for the Giants in this game. That is going to be interesting. And then I think they still have Evan Ingram, and their offensive line is kind of below average. Then for the defense, they have Dexter Lawrence, who has become an elite power rusher and also a good run defender. They signed Khalil Mack, and both of them are going to come off the same edge. So that's going to stress a lot. That's going to put a lot of stress on the right side of our offensive line. And then linebacking core looks pretty weak, but they got an X factor, cornerback Alexander Cohen, with great speed and lots of ability in man coverage and also good in zone. And then they also have Joe Claiborne as their corner, and they have Jabril Peppers with great speed at the back end. This team has a lot of speed on this on both sides of the football, except for quarterback and probably linebacker. They are pretty weak over the middle. But yeah, I expect this to be a game that we should win handedly, because you win in the trenches, and the Giants' trenches, they have a good left end and left outside linebacker, but the right side of their defensive line doesn't look as great, and the offensive line looks pretty weak too. Joe Frazier has not even cracked 20 touchdowns yet, and we are already 2/3 into the season by this point. And yeah, we'll see how this is gonna go. First off, it's a toss to the outside. Barkley, everybody's is blocked perfectly. Barkley down the sideline from the 25. This is a 75-yard touchdown. Nobody's catching this guy once he's loose. He has the great speed, and he's gone. And it's 7-0 Giants on the first play of the day. Great play, the pitch to the outside, and nobody home. Grant Delpit was the last line of defense, and he was blocked perfectly by, I think it was DJ Chark. So, Eagles offense out onto the field, and they got to do some catching up here. And Christian Landry, again, having a great season, 38 touchdowns already to 9 interceptions. 1st and 10, and Landry is sacked by Khalil Mack, and that's what I'm talking about. This left side of the defensive line of the Giants is, yeah, a challenge. 3rd and 19. Landry has a man at the sideline, and it is caught, but apparently out of bounds. Graham, 1 foot down, 2nd foot out of bounds. You need to drag your toes, and that is, I think Dallas Goedert would have come down with that, but I traded him away. So now we are having to deal with kind of average tight end, and that ends the drive. Punts the football back, and DJ Chark with a nice catch and run upfield, 17 yards on that play. Frazier to the outside, another hitch route, and Marquise Brown has a nice pitch and catch, 14 yards. Frazier perfect on the day, by the way. 3rd and 9, Frazier over the middle, and this is a touchdown for Simpson. And the Giants are taking a multi-score lead. Wow, that was way too easy. This Eagles defense was not up to the challenge in these first few minutes of the game. 3rd and 7, and Landry's pass is knocked down. 0 of 4, and a punt back to the Giants. And Frazier gets it away. Comeback at the sideline, and this is Marquise Brown with about 13, 14 yards. And another perfect pitch to the outside. Nobody's home. And he is running this one all the way down. And this one is a 65-yard touchdown for Saquon Barkley. Oh, wow. This run defense is just awful. And once it was basically a copy of the last play. Perfectly designed. And last man swallowed up in blocking. And this is, on those 2 touchdowns alone, 140 yards for Saquon Barkley. Are you kidding me? And then on 3rd and short, nowhere to go for Joe Mixon. Punt back to the Giants again. A 3 and out for the Eagles. And finally, some defense. It's Mike Middleton. As soon as they rush it through the inside and like an inside zone give, Mike Middleton is right there and stops it. 3rd and 1. Frazier, it is almost picked off by Chancellor. He should have had that one. But finally, a stop for the Eagles defense, and Landry just rolls into more pressure. It's another sack on 3rd down. It's Azeez Ojulari. And another punt back to the Giants, but this time they're backed up to their own end zone. Gets it away. Brown open. 1st down, 15 yards to end the quarter. Frazier, tight end left, two receivers to the right, and he goes down. Nobody's open, and this is Alonzo McFadden back from injury, showing the impact here right away. 2nd and 10 now after the punt. Great field position for Landry. And after gaining a couple of first downs, what a throw to Mitch Slaughter at the sideline. 27 yards out of bounds at the 1. Great play by Christian Landry, and it puts him over 4,000 passing yards on the season. Look at that beauty, and a toe drag out of this world. Great play by Slaughter. And now 2nd and goal from the 1. Can you punch it in? Joe Mixon, touchdown Eagles. And finally, Philly is on the board. It's 7-21. And it's Mixon's 9th touchdown run. But I'm afraid there has been an injury on the kickoff, and Coco Washington is not going to return in this game. So he's going to be out. Tyler Stokes is going to be out there on some downs, and this could have been dangerous. My God, if Frazier hit that right on the money, Brown would have been gone. But it's again a weak coverage there from J.C. Horn. 2nd and 8, and it's a handoff to Barkley, and he is stripped of the football, and this is a turnover. Taylor Anderson falls on the ball. I can't believe it. Barkley, the best running back in the game, just lost the football. And that was a beautiful play. I'm not sure who caused the fumble. It might have been Dalvin McCall. 3rd and 7 for the Giants, though, later. So that play was turned over. It was apparently on the ground. And they continue there and get the 1st down. And Frazier gets it away. There is another catch to the outside. And this is 29 yards for... This is Braden Sherrod, a tight end that I originally wanted to draft. And I think the Browns drafted him away from me. And what a play for James Smith. And this time it really is a fumble. The Eagles finally got the football after one fumble was overturned earlier. This time, this is a clear-cut fumble. There is no question about it. And oh my God, it was a beautiful play by edge rusher James Smith, just jumping over the guard. It's just amazing. What a play for James Smith. And the Eagles finally have the football, but Landry's going down, 3rd down and 10, and this is a sack for Zaire Ware. And they have to give the football right back to the Giants, and they have good field position too. And down goes the quarterback. It's Alonzo McFadden back for another one. And we are inside the 2-minute warning now as the Giants run down the clock to 3 minutes and 16 seconds. And Barkley to the outside. He's got the first down on 3rd and 16. Are you kidding me? 23 yards. How can you let that happen? Minute on the clock. 2 timeouts left for the Giants. 1st down and 10. And Frazier's going down again. It's Jonathan Rivera. And finally the pass rush is getting home. 3rd and 24. And Frazier on the option, and they are blocking it up, but not enough. It's not a 1st down this time. 3rd and 24 was finally enough, and they have to punt it back to the Eagles. Can you get something out of this? Apparently not, as Landry goes down at his own 5-yard line. And that is going to do it for this halftime. The Eagles really need to step it up on both sides of the football. The offense is not working. Pressure is coming in from especially the right side. Travis Maynard is really not having a great game. And the defense, well, they got a few stops at the end there. But yeah, Washington lost again this week. And where is the Cowboys? Apparently did not play. And the Giants are our division foes whom we are playing right now. So this is not going great for the divisional rivals. And therefore, if we win this game, I think we're basically done for the division run. And we are going to compete for the 1 seed, hopefully. As we are going back into the 3rd quarter. Eagles open the half, and Upshaw to the outside zone give, and that's a beautiful run. Executed 11 yards for Upshaw, and a 1st down. 1st and 10, close bunch to the right. Landry, protection holds up, and wide open is Doug Washington at the sideline, and that's a 1st down, and then some. That is 21 yards. 11 personnel now. And this is a handoff to Joe Mixon to the outside. Gets a block by Devontae Smith. And that's a touchdown, Eagles. 29 yards. Beautiful blocks on the outside there by Devontae Smith. And I think the other one was Nolan Graham there. 2nd and 10 for Joe Frazier. And he loads up. Throws it down the field. And this is caught by J.C. Horn, an interception for the Eagles defense, tackled by Simpson, but it is a turnover, basically an arm punt on 1st down. Beautiful play. J.C. Horn, who was getting beat up all day long by Marquise Brown, finally caught a break here and gets the interception, but he again was beaten on the play. And if Frazier would have thrown that a little bit earlier, Brown would have been there and Horn would not have been. 1st and 10 for Landry. Wide open is Devontae Smith. That's 18 yards and a 1st down. Landry is, by the way, now at 7 completions of 21 attempts. 3rd and 4. Landry broken up over the middle, and that is incomplete and is going to result in a field goal for the Eagles. Simpson. Landry, that's not Landry, that's, I'm blanking. Frazier to Marquise Brown, got a 1st down, about 15 yards. Moved the chains again, 3rd and inches, gets it away, and this is again the coverage of J.C. Horn. Getting beat again by Marquise Brown, and that was the last straw. I was already critical of Horn before this game, but he gets beat all day long. And look at this, first play of DeMonte Burgess' NFL career, and he forces a deflection. And then on 2nd and 10, run defense doesn't show up again, and we have an injury on the play too. So that's 11 yards to Barkley and Lionel Rhodes out of the game. And that really hits our run defense, which already was pretty bad. And he's not going to come back either. It's a torn labrum. That's going to be a few weeks. 2nd and 10. Frazier to the outside, and it is intercepted. It's Devontae Burgess. He just came into the game on this very drive. On his first drive in the NFL, he intercepts a pass. The first round cornerback just read it perfectly, took it away from Marquise Brown. Beautiful. And Burgess gives the ball back to the offense. Now can you do something with it? Mixon up the middle, first down. And they get 13 yards on that play to end the quarter. And now we're 4 points behind. You need to go win this game. 1st and 10. Landry scrambling and down. It's Zaire Ware again. 2nd and 17. Turns into 3rd and 17. Landry from his own 40. Gets it away over the middle. Devontae Smith, and that's caught 15 yards. And that is close to a first down, but not quite. 4th down and 2, and they take the field goal. It's a 1-point game. Frazier, and that's incomplete on 3rd down, and they are 3 and out. Give the ball back in great field position for Christian Landry. Cornerback blitz is picked up, and this is Mitch Slaughter taking it away from, I don't know who number 6 is, but just straight up taking it away. That looked like a pick all the way, and Slaughter just comes in and rips it away. Matt Upshaw to the left side, and there's a missed tackle, and he tries the dead leg, but still 28 yards taken out of bounds there. Great play. And finally, some offense for this Eagles team as Doug Washington exits the game, sits on the sideline, is going to come back later. And this is a touchdown Eagles, and they take the lead. It's Matt Upshaw on the mesh concept. He runs it out of the backfield, and just nobody accounted for him. And they are not going for 2. They just took the PAT. It's a 6-point game, and Barkley wide open in the flats. That's 10 yards. And there is another injury, and it is Mike Middleton. Just came back from an injury, and that looks pretty bad. Right ankle looks pretty hurt. Might not come back today. 2nd and 7. Frazier is going to load up to the left side. Great coverage, but DJ Chark, it's a touchdown, 65 yards. DJ Chark down the left sideline just mosses it away from Devontae Burgess. And the Eagles run into a 4th and 5, and it is caught by Upshaw. And he makes sure that this is his catch. First down. And we are inside the 2-minute warning now. This is a 1-point game. 60 seconds on the clock. Christian Landry. It's a 4-man rush. And he gets it away. And it is caught by Doug Washington, who is fighting for first down yardage. And the Giants take a timeout. 1 timeout left for the Giants. And we're into field goal range. Eagles need to run out the clock and get the first down. And that is close enough. Getting out of bounds is Christian Landry for 8 yards. 41 seconds left. 2nd and 2. Landry can take a shot here. And this is a shot. Yeah, and Devontae Smith hauls it in. That's a first down. But now 3rd and 10. And they're just going to run this up the middle. And Mixon got the first down. And that is a touchdown Eagles. And they are taking the lead right here. Joe Mixon on 3rd and 10 got the touchdown. And now 2-point try for Christian Landry in case something crazy happens. But he flat out misses his target, Doug Washington. Comes back from injury for the 2-minute drill. And now the Giants have one last shot. A Hail Mary from his own 26. Loads it up to the goal line, and this is almost caught by DJ Chark. He would have had a touchdown, and this would have been the end of the game. Oh my God, that is unbelievable. The Giants just dropped a victory. They were first of all they were up by 21. You cannot let go of a lead like that. But finally, the Eagles defense shows up, stops the Giants in their tracks, and gets a victory. And that last second Hail Mary, yeah, DJ Chark was right there. He should have caught it. This was a horrible game for the Eagles offense. Still scored 33 points, but you have to also weigh in there was 2 turnovers for the defense. And I think that the rushing game was exceptional today. This is why the game was, yeah, over so quickly, because we were able to run the football with 4, 5, 6 yard chunks, and I just don't show them very much if there's not like a big play. But there were also some big plays. So both of our running backs had 6 and 6+ yards a carry. Pretty great stuff. Alonzo McFadden gets 2 sacks. And Jonathan Rivera gets in there. Khalil Mack had 2 sacks. That was a problem. But I adjusted and made the offense a little bit more quick pass heavy. And then James Smith with a beautiful forced fumble. Demonte Burgess in his NFL debut has an interception. So does J.C. Horn, but he was beaten on the play again. James Smith with the strip sack there on Joe Frazier. I mean, the strip in itself was not all that impressive, but just how he just jumped over the guard and got the sack. Just a beautiful play. That offensive lineman was beaten pretty quickly. And yeah, we have some upgrading to do after this game. Grant Delpit, that's a nice upgrade, I gotta say. That's a few ratings going up there. And with combined with his athleticism, I think he is a good safety now. And but we also have to talk about the injuries. As we saw, there was a couple of guys, more than just a couple of guys, leaving the game early in the game, and then also in the fourth quarter. And Coco Washington, foot fracture, not going to come back soon. Lionel Rhodes is done for 4 games, or I guess 3 after I simulate to the next week. So 3 games for both of those linebackers. And I am so happy that Mike Middleton did not go out for an extended period of time, as Bobby Armstead is going to get a deal here. 2 years, $11 million. I think he has played great. And he's a former first-round pick that just got cut by the Washington football team. And I'm happy to re-sign him. This guy's a lot better than Clay Riley. And I'm really happy about this. And so, yeah, this is the bye week now. And I decided that this is going to be stay grinding. We had not had a great game in that last week against the Giants, and we need to be firing on all cylinders coming out of the bye, and we want to have the 1 seed, and we have to work for it too. So there's going to be some stamina issues, but we'll see. Travis Maynard, he needs to get better in basically all phases of the game, and this, I mean, +4 awareness is not horrible, but look at those pass and run block ratings. The 2 most important ratings are stuck at 73 and 72. And we also get an upgrade for Taylor Anderson. And this is really weak. This is not a good upgrade. And but his athleticism shines through. When he is in deep coverage, they don't attack him. He doesn't get the picks, I know, but they just don't attack him when he's deep, and when he's not deep, or when it's like a cover 3, it's J.C. Horn who's getting abused. Bradley Polk, our fullback, a rookie undrafted fullback. I like him, and I want him to stay around. And that's what was that, like 2 years, $6 million, 3 years, $6 million, something like that. So I thought to myself, yeah, I'm gonna re-sign this guy. We have a lot of guys I want to re-sign and whose contracts are up. And yeah, Doug Washington, this is a nice upgrade for a change. And I'm aware that I'm not targeting him enough at all. This guy needs to get a lot more targets because his breakaway ability is kind of cool. And then Damian Pierman, who is a running back that I really like, who has really good athleticism, and I think he might be someone to keep around. And then Demonte Burgess gets an interception in his first NFL game, and that's a nice upgrade, getting some tackling and coverage, also awareness. yeah, this guy might be the future. Sad that we can't live it out, but this year is all we have with him. And then Bradley Polk, right now getting an upgrade here. I like it. Utility upgrade also, that's pretty nice. And +1 strength is really nice, I gotta say. So yeah, I wanted to keep this guy around. His athleticism is nothing special at all, but he has 90 lead block, and that's kind of exciting. And then we have Jamie Boston, a number 5 receiver on our team, and this is a really nice upgrade, getting some medium and deep route running in there. And those are really his weakest ratings, so that's a nice boost. Also, a player that I think would be really good if he got more opportunities. And then we have David Garcia, the ex-Giant, who gets a lot of ratings upgraded. I really like that one. And he is our number 3 tight end right now, but I might want to keep him around. I like the athleticism. He's not a horrible run blocker. Not great either, but for a 3rd tight end, I think you can do a lot worse. And then Chris Haas, who has been developing so well. He gets +1 strength and run block. This is really nice. And I like where he's headed. He is looking to be one of the best guards in the game in no time. And he does not have any weakness in his game whatsoever. And for the next game against the Raiders, we get somebody back from injury. And it is Thaddeus Moss, who I think was out for a couple weeks. But yeah, due to a practice injury and not a game injury, I guess. And so we have a couple of scenarios here before we go into this Raiders game. And the constant pressure needs to be there. We need to stop Kyle Steinbach, who I think is in his 2nd season for the Raiders. They got a number 1 overall quarterback on that in that penultimate draft class, I think. And yeah, we want to keep the pressure up. They have not a good offensive line, and I expect a few sacks there. And then we had a huge day on the ground. Yeah, that's for sure. I think it was almost 200 yards. And I know Barkley had even more, but that was just 2 big plays. Or I guess 3 big plays. And yeah, we are going to try to run in this game too. I'm going to try to run it down their throats again. I realized that Landry's accuracy this year isn't really on point as much as it was last season. And I think that if I can run the football, I should do it. And I will try to get a lot more yardage on the ground. And we just got, by the way, a breakout scenario for Alonzo McFadden. Excited for that one, I can tell you that right now. Kyle Steinbach, a interesting quarterback. And then they have Josh Jacobs, who is one of the best running backs in the game. He has good athleticism, and he can break some tackles, that's for sure. And because that was not enough, they got A.J. Dillon in here. And he's going to get some carries. I think if I remember correctly, I just didn't see it. Josh Jacobs is injured, so we're going to see a lot of A.J. Dillon. And then they drafted Cameron DeBose. I think it was in the 1st round, but he's an exciting running back. If I could get my hands on him, I would. They also got themselves Keenan Allen, so a pretty great receiving threat whose route running has kind of diminished, but still a great receiver with not so great speed. And then T. Higgins, who is a huge target on the perimeter with great catching ratings. Route running, not so much there, but it doesn't matter. He's coming down with everything anyway. And then Tremaine Ellis, who is, I think, in a contract season. He was one of the first players drafted in this series, I think, who has developed very nicely. And then they also have J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, who I had in the 1st season, and I let him walk because I didn't think I would be able to afford him over the long term with the Jalen Hurts contract coming up back then. And then they also have Darren Waller. So this team is full of skill position talent, but sadly, the offensive line really is not good. It is probably one of the worst in this league. The defensive line, on the other hand, looks pretty great. They have Max Crosby, who is one of the best finesse rushers in the game, a really athletic guy. They have Yannick Ngakoue with great get-off, still 93 finesse moves, kind of a weakness in run defense, so maybe there is something there. And then in the middle they have Paul Burnett, who is a really good run-stopping defensive tackle. I like him a lot, and I knew he was going to be good in his draft class. And then they got Jermaine Hanna, and I was going to trade up for him. If he fell a couple more picks, I was going to trade up for him, but it was just too expensive to get him before the Raiders did. This guy looks so exciting. And then the linebacking core is kind of not so great. The corner trio looks really weak, but they have a nice safety tandem there. Trayvon Merrick, and I forget who the other guy was, but safeties don't look too weak. So in this game, I expect the Eagles defense to beat up this Raiders offensive line and just hope that nobody's getting to throw the football to all these receivers and tight ends. And on the offense, yeah, you need to be exploiting this Raiders defense. They have a few weak spots, the linebackers mainly, so you need to run the football and you need to go after these cornerbacks if you're throwing it. I wouldn't go after the safety tandem, but the corners are really weak on this Raiders defense, and you need to exploit that. And we are going to start out on offense, close bunch to the left. And Landry is going to be pressured immediately, but he gets it away, and this is caught by Devontae Smith. That's 21 yards. And he immediately went after Trayvon Merrick and got away with it. 3rd and 11 from his own 35. He's throwing, and this is incomplete. That was a pretty bad read. And that is going to be a punt to the Raiders. And they come out onto the field with Kyle Steinbach and his kind of average stat line there, but we'll see how they're gonna do. They start with 11 personnel, 2 receivers to the left, and Steinbach is going to the outside, throws it back across the middle, and this is intercepted. What are you doing? What was that? Avante Maddox with the Eagles interception. Short field for Landry, and we have empty to start out this one. And this is Matt Upshaw getting the first down, 16 yards, moving the chains close to the red zone now. And by the way, Mixon has a chance to go over 1,000 maybe in this or in the next game. And Matt Upshaw just ran it up the middle for 12 yards. Nobody home for the Raiders defense. And now you're inside the green zone. You need to get this touchdown. 2nd and goal. Handoff. No, it's a play action shot, and it is a touchdown. Devontae Smith dragging his toes. And the Eagles are taking an early 7-0 lead, and they did not do very much for it. It's still an offensive touchdown, but it was a really short field. And that is just beautiful receiving play by Devontae Smith to keep his feet in bounds. 1st and 10 for Kyle Steinbach, and he gets it to the outside, and that is caught. And that is a first down to T. Higgins, but there is an injury on the play, and this is Jonathan Rivera. And he is thankfully at the sidelines, so it doesn't look too bad. Might come back later. Josh Jacobs is not here today. Instead, we see A.J. Dillon. And an injury for the breakout of Alonzo McFadden. Oh my God, he is done for the game probably. Going into the locker room, oh no. On his breakout game, he has to leave the game. Oh no. 1st and 10 for Steinbach to the outside. Coverage can't hold up forever. You need to get home. Burgess all over this guy and can't make the play there. Needs to deflect it away, but wow, this pass rush needs to get home, and they just didn't play holds on forever, and now they can just run it in with A.J. Dillon, and that's a torn labrum for Alonzo McFadden. Oh no, that's bad. But there is still a chance to get his breakout even without him. We need to hold the Raiders to 75 rushing yards. And first up, we have the Eagles offense now onto the field after the Raiders tied up the game. And that's 9 yards for Justin Douglas. And Landry sacked by the defense. It's Max Crosby. 3rd and 10 coming up. And somehow Travis Maynard never blocked the guy at all. No chance for Landry. That was not even 2 seconds. And 3rd and 10 doesn't do anything for the Eagles. So they punted back, and Steinbach to the left side, and this is broken up by DeMonte Burgess. 4th down, and they punted back. Great field position now for the Eagles. And Landry rolls himself into pressure again. It's Shaq Barrett, who's also on this defense. So the Raiders force a 4th and 23. And this is a 61-yard try. And it falls short for the Eagles. Great field position for Kyle Steinbach. Gets it away into the flats, and this is out of bounds. And they somehow manage to force a 4th down. Great play by Grant Delpit. They have to punt it back to the Eagles. Landry, Devontae Smith, and that's a combo that we're really used to. 2nd and 1. Christian Landry motions in Mitch Slaughter, and he is not the target. It is instead Nolan Graham, and he's fighting ahead for yardage. That's 20 yards. We're closing in on the 2-minute warning now, and that is a 1st down. Double A-gap look. They hand it off to Mixon, and there is a huge opening, and there's a flag. No! On 3rd and 5, they ran it, and it worked. And there is a flag. And that was not necessary. Why does a receiver cause a holding penalty? 3rd and 13 now. Still a double A-gap look. Can't run on this one. And Landry's blitzed. Oh, wow. It's Shaq Barrett in the backfield. Oh, no. Doug Washington, what have you done? 1st and 10. Kyle Steinbach after the punt, and he lost the football. No worries about it, Doug Washington. This is easy. Sack fumble for the Eagles defense, and it was Bobby Armstead who is in there because Alonzo McFadden is injured and nowhere to go with the football, forcing the fumble. James Smith falls on it, and it is a touchdown Eagles. Handoff to Joe Mixon, and the Eagles take the lead again. Just about then, where Doug Washington had the penalty and we had to give the football back, and then the very next play they screw it up, and there's another fumble, and the Raiders fall on it this time. James Smith with another sack and a fumble too. Wow, this guy's really lighting it up. And this is a double team, by the way, and he just flat out beats them. And runs down the quarterback. No chance to escape for Steinbach. And they kept the football, but they had to punt it away. And Landry just got sacked by Sammy Long. 2nd and 20 with about a minute on the clock. Can you get the ball down the field again? Landry gets it away. It's Mitch Slaughter, and that is about 17, 18 yards. Get the 3rd and 2 coming up now. And they go hurry up again. Landry. And that is wide open for Doug Washington. And here is your chance to prove you're worth it. 20 yards and 28 seconds left on the clock. Out of bounds. 2 timeouts left. A couple plays later, they are down a timeout. And Landry has a 3rd and 11. And this is a touchdown Eagles. And this is Doug Washington targeting him. Good things is going to come out of that. And they are now up by 2 touchdowns as it's a 21-7 lead. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. I'd appreciate it greatly. And let's look at a few games around the league. The Eagles trying to close in on the clinching the division. And the Giants looking to win this one. They were 8-5 after the bye week, and they are going on to win this game, are in the playoff hunt, just like the Dallas Cowboys. And they are in the close one here against Justin Fields. And they apparently still have Allen Robinson. He's got to be 1,000,000 years old at this point. But let's go back to this game as the Raiders start on offense and nowhere to go for A.J. Dillon. It's Bobby Armstead with a TFL. He's having the breakout instead. He would already have the challenge if it was for Alonzo McFadden's here. But yeah, that is a great catch. Actually, an incompletion at the sideline forced by Burgess again. But there is another injury, and it is again Jonathan Rivera, who has been having a lot of minor injuries and sitting on the sideline a lot in these past few games, as Devontae Smith has a 14-yard pitch and catch. But 3rd down and 7 coming up, close bunch to the right, and the pressure getting in relentlessly. And if he wouldn't have thrown that, he would have been sacked. So they punted back to the Raiders, and this is wide open. 1st down, 11 yards, and Mike Middleton can't bring him down quickly enough. 4th down and 2. A.J. Dillon to the left side, and this is down to the goal line, out of bounds at the 1. A.J. Dillon just about stopped there, but sadly, this is the 27 yards we could not have allowed. That puts us over 75 rushing yards allowed. And our breakout chance for Alonzo McFadden is essentially over, as they have now 80 plus. And Dalvin McCall just sacked the quarterback, so it was kind of worth it. Let's see if we can stop these guys on 3rd down and goal. Steinbach chased again, lost the football, no points come out of the drive, and this is Bobby Armstead returning it across the 50, at the 40, running out of gas, and taken down by a Raiders defensive lineman. Wow, Kyle Steinbach. Oh my God, what a meltdown there. And especially for that offensive line. And that's what I talked about, as Joe Mixon just made 2 guys miss. And that is 26 yards for him. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Joe Mixon with a great run to the outside on outside zone give there. And yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We need to get after this offensive line. Touchdown, Eagles. Joe Mixon into the end zone. Great play on the carry earlier. Just couldn't finish it into the end zone, but now he gets the touchdown. And that is a multi-touchdown game for him. Let's get after the quarterback. And he gets it away just in time, as Bobby Armstead was in the pocket again. But there is another injury, and this time it's James Smith, and it looks equally horrible. Oh my God, our top 2 defensive tackles just left the game. So now it's down to Bobby Armstead and Clay Riley. And wide open at the sideline is T. Higgins. I think that was Mike Middleton's coverage responsibility, I'm not sure. And James Smith is not going to come back. High ankle sprain, might be able to return next week though. 1st and 10, Kyle Steinbach. Let's get after the quarterback. You need to get it away. And this is a catch at the 3-yard line. 29 yards for Keenan Allen. Coverage can't hold up forever. You need to get to the quarterback. Steinbach having 1,000,000 seconds time, finally taken down. Should have thrown it away. He had enough time. And Bobby Armstead just got his 2nd sack of the game. 4th and goal. Raiders need to get this or the game is over. We are 6 minutes away from the end. Throws it. End zone, incomplete. Madden and Burgess break it up. 3rd and 7 after the turnover on downs, and Landry has a lot of time, gets it away. Doug Washington, that's 13 yards and a 1st down. And they are getting this offense going. As Matt Upshaw, outside zone to the outside. That's a 1st down, and he would have been gone, man. Just stepped out of bounds. He just shook off 2 tacklers, and he probably would have been gone. 1st and 10. Mixon to the outside again. This was inside zone give, but he just bounces his outside, and that's 14 yards in the 1st down. And now the Raiders defense is kind of gashed. They're giving up huge chunk plays. 3rd and 4. And this is almost an interception. What was that, dude? Should have just ran it there. 4th and 4, and they are taking the field goal, and this one is shanked. But it doesn't matter because it is a 3-touchdown game. He should have just gone for it. And this is intercepted. It's Mike Middleton on the very next play. What a meltdown for Steinbach now. And this is a touchdown. Mike Middleton, welcome back out into the field. Showing his impact. And showing he's worth the contract I gave him a few weeks ago. 3rd and 6. It's Steinbach and on the outside, and this is caught. I can't believe it. But this is T. Higgins. Grant Delpit was right there, and T. Higgins just still hauled it in and got his feet down. 2nd and 10. Steinbach going down. It's Dalvin McCall. 2 sacks on the day. Nice one for McCall. And we are now down to 100 seconds on the clock. Steinbach. Pressure coming in, gets it away, and this is broken up by Chris Madden. Impact was not survivable by Darren Waller. 4th and 22. Can you break up this one at the sideline? And this is shoved out of bounds by Demonte Burgess. What a play. Keenan Allen had the football, and Burgess just shoved him out. No chance. And this is about it. We're gonna end this one right here. The Raiders had no chance in this game whatsoever. The pass rush got after it. Sometimes it was still kind of weak, but we had the coverage unit to give our defensive line time to take down the quarterback. We had, I think it was 3 turnovers or something. And the offense just absolutely buried this Raiders defense. Once again, not a great day for Landry, but he didn't have to do all that much. Steinbach, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. That was a pretty abysmal game by him. Missed more than just a few passes, but Mixon just got after it. Matt Upshaw as well. Both of them had north of 5 yards to carry, combining for about 150. And that's going to do it. We had our leading receiver was Washington with 52 yards. Devontae Smith had 50. And yeah, Nolan Graham had 29. Our 3 leading receivers are not even combining for like 150 yards. I don't know. That is just kind of unusual. But yeah, once again, the Eagles look like their old selves. And Dalvin McCall got after it. 2 sacks for him. 2 for Shaq Barrett. 2 for Bobby Armstead, who should have had the breakout instead. I gotta tell you. And then Jalen Gilmore got in there too. James Smith got a sack, but then he was injured, and he's gonna be probably, I'm not sure. We'll see in no time. And then right at the end there, Max Crosby also got injured and had to leave the game. And a couple of interceptions here for Middleton and Maddox. Great defense by the secondary in general. That was a great game. And we had 3 forced fumbles. Jalen Gilmore, James Smith, and Bobby Armstead. All of them in there. Bunch of turnovers. Wow, we just beat down these Raiders. It was beautiful. And Landry gets a nice upgrade. Upgrading his accuracies even more. And he's close to being a true 99 overall. And he is at 97 short, 99 medium, and 98 deep accuracy. Plus the morale boost make it 99. So he is becoming the best quarterback in the league. And then the quarterback of the defense, Mike Middleton, having an interception, having a few key run stops, looked really good. And I am so sad to see that he is still at normal dev. This is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, he looks good. Bobby Armstead, great day. 2 sacks, a couple of TFLs additionally to that. And he just got +1 strength. Are you kidding me? And I just re-signed him. I like this guy. This is a great defensive tackle, and I'm gonna make him an elite run stopper and good pass rusher with some power moves and stuff. And yeah, creating pressure was the goal, and I think we did that. This is going to be a ridiculous next game if they all have +5 power and finesse moves. I don't know how the Vikings are going to survive that. And then we somehow were able to limit the sack damage on our quarterback, or actually that was a rushing yards goal. That we won. Yeah, yeah, I remember right now. And just beautiful that all the offensive linemen just gained a lot of that stuff. Sadly, it did not work out with the breakout for Alonzo McFadden. It's kind of sad that, yeah, he's gonna miss a couple games, and also Avonte Maddox had to leave the game. So we have now two new injuries that are going to be, yeah, ending their seasons. Alonzo McFadden is going to come back for the playoffs, as does Avonte Maddox, but we'll see. Easton Young, another upgrade. He just got one this episode. This is his second. And this is from the O-line boost with the running game goal there. Nice upgrade. We can basically upgrade the entire offensive line. Cameron Robinson also got one. This one is, it's not the strongest upgrade, but I'm happy about it. We need to get up this pass block rating though. That is kind of ridiculous. And also the run block power is kind of weak. And then our backup offensive lineman here, Keith Farrell, he gets +1 strength and some run blocking. This is really nice to see because he has a few weaknesses in there, and I think that run block is one of them, and he just got even better at that. And then our swing tackle, DeAndre Lucas, who still does not get the pass blocking rating upgraded, which is always kind of the weak spot for all these offensive linemen. I don't understand it. You just can't get this pass block rating up. But he looks like a solid swing tackle. And then Sean Keaton, our superstar left tackle, franchise left tackle, I gotta add. Strength, run block finesse, and some pass block. Really happy about that. He is one of the best tackles in the game now. And I think the deal I gave him was more than fair. He was our first draft pick in this series, and he looks really solid. And yeah, we clinched in this episode. This is yeah, the division is done. They don't have a chance to catch us anymore. We are now sitting at 12-2, and I think the other divisional foes are like 9-5. So 3 games left. Still a potential there to tie this shit up, but they are not going to, because I think we own tiebreakers over both the Cowboys and the Giants. So we are done with the division. Now it's just outracing the Packers, who are also having a great season, toward the finish line and getting this 1 seed. And because getting knocked out in the wild card round is always very depressing, and just have this 1 seed and just not have the risk with the possible elimination in the wild card round. That's the goal, and that's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more Eagles franchise. See you in the next episode. Until then, spread some love.